Hello. I think I might be live. Hello, A Higher Note community. It is great to be here. It's great to be with you. Maybe some of you have joined me today live. I'm going to try to do more of these live things, the stuff, vocalizing and yoga for singing. I love those things. So I've already told you kind of what I'm doing today, but I'll quickly say I've picked out some of my favorite yoga poses that I'm going to kind of do over time. I've done a few of them already, and you can find those in the Facebook Lives on my Facebook page here, the A Higher Note Facebook page, and that's facebook.com/A Higher Note, all one word, /live, I think. Maybe another / after that, not positive. So today I'm going to do Surya Namaskar, which is translated sun salutation. You've probably heard of the term sun salutation. It's fairly basic warm-up type activity, kind of centering, kind of get yourself to be all there on your mat. And I love this for those reasons, for those purposes. So I do yoga for a lot of reasons. I started doing it when I had my first pregnancy and needed to find things to help my sciatic nerve issues. It was bad. So someone told me about yoga and I started doing it, and I never stopped and have grown and love it and toyed with teaching it, but not doing it. I gotta focus on one thing at a time, friends. But let's jump in. There's a couple things that I love to have. I don't have to have them, but I love to have when I do yoga. One is this, to get my hair out of my face, because otherwise when you're doing yoga you have a lot of inversions, kind of you're upside down for a part of the time. Not as much with this today that we're doing Surya Namaskar, but the other thing is my favorite lip balm. Like, this was a free lip balm at my old doctor's office. I have never had a better lip balm. Like, I need like 100 of these. Oxybenzone and Patamate, whatever, never even heard of it. The other thing is my Focus Fix little, the essential oil stuff. My friend Heather Isaac, who is a Young Living person, she made this for me or helped me make it or whatever at one of her house parties with her and Beth Choate and some other essential oil fans. So I love the smell of this. Like, it just, bam, wakes me up. It really does help me focus. It kind of draws me in. So, you find whatever you like to do to prepare yourself for your yoga. And now I'm going to lead us through Surya Namaskar, sun salutation. I'm going to kind of talk a lot through it the first time, and and people have kind of variations on this. Different people teach it different ways and do it different ways. But what I'm going to do is focus on how you can kind of optimize it for your relaxing everything up top and maximizing your the loosening the diaphragm and the rib cage for breathing and engaging and strengthening and the pelvic floor, and just releasing everything so that your larynx is fully supported and everything else kind of relaxes and gets out of the way of the vocal process, either supports or gets out of the way. So I think I've got a decent angle here. Let me raise it up a little bit. And it's not as important that you see my hands, but it kind of is. Boy, I had this all set up, and then when I hit live, like, the whole thing shrank. So let me try to scoot back so you can see more of me, which will make it a little bit hard to raise my arms, but it's okay. You do your best to see me. This is not like a professional video. Clearly, I'm in my office, and my kids are upstairs doing their virtual schooling. Life, okay? Life is happening. So the first thing you'll do is you'll bring your hands to your heart center. That nice little yoga expression, hands to heart center, and just breathe in through your nose and out through your nose, and kind of think. The thing I teach in voice lessons is think that you have a string coming up out of the crown of your head, not the top, not the back, but the crown of your head, and pulling you upward, and that's going to bring everything into alignment. So we're going to start breathing through the nose. Now I'm going to kind of go in and out of breathing in and out through my nose because it is kind of hard to do that and talk at the same time. But here it would be. And if you practice breathing, like yogic breathing, like your pranayama, you can do that or not. I find that that helps me be able to regulate my breath to be kind of evenly in and out instead of starting to pant if I exert. So you might find that to be something you would want to try, and you are by no means required to do it, but do it if it helps you. And it does help me tremendously. It helps me both to focus and helps me not kind of pant and lose my breath control. So here's what that is like. So it's it's like there's an abrasion. The air is kind of being constricted in the back of your throat, in the pharynx, the pharyngeal area back there, and it does regulate it. So try that if it helps you. All right. So with Surya Namaskar, sun salutation, we raise up our hands. You would normally go all the way up to the side, like this. Okay. I've got this because of the camera, but so I'm gonna kind of angle forward and bring it up. I like to lock my fingers like this. That's just me. You do what you like, and do a little back bend. Don't let your butt like kind of relax. Kind of have your rear end, like if you have back issues like I do. Let's say that. Don't let your rear end just kind of hang there and do nothing. Grab it. Now this is great for singing too. This is one of the secrets in the vocal industry for vocal power. And if you take my vocal power workshop, this is not a commercial, but seriously, I started learning about this not very long ago. And I was like, boy, if I'd known then what I just learned, dang. Okay, so really amazing. So practice clenching your rear end, and that will also help protect your back. So you're gonna do a little mini back bend. Now, while you're here, look up. It's hard to talk and look up and do this at the same time, so I'm not gonna talk for a second. Okay, and you're not there to stay there till you get stressed out, but I want you to feel that little bit of stretch even as you're holding your, supporting your low back with your clenched rear end, and you've got this stretch going on through your lats, your intercostals, and all kinds of good stuff, okay? Then bring yourself back. Now, a lot of people just go down with their arms like this, okay? Every single time, and I got this from Sean V, yoga instructor and former professional singer, cactus arms, baby, bring them. I do cactus arms like all the time. Now, this is absolutely fabulous for singers, okay, and preparing your voice for singing. So it's just like what you see. It's like, you know, picture Lightning McQueen driving through the desert and cactuses with their arms out like this. So cactus arms, and And that's how I bring my arms down rather than just bringing them down. With yoga, everything is active. Like you're never just flopping around, okay? So let it be active. Let there be, you're not just bringing your arms down like this, okay? Use the motion, okay? Use the motion and you will feel it. You provide the resistance for yourself. Bring it down, okay? We're gonna go all the way to forward fold. Now, you can do that while you're going. Now, I'm sticking my rear end out kind of actively. Micro bend in my knees so that, because my knees are hyperextended, micro bend in the knees. Bring everything down, okay? Now, you might have available to you that you can touch the floor. Some of us are not as flexible as that. Do what you can. If your hands end up here or here, totally great. If your hands end up palms down on the floor, totally great. Keep that micro bend. If you end up with your fingertips on the floor, totally great, no problem. Now, normally you would go right into the next step, but one of the things that I focus on when I'm preparing my body to sing is loosening the diaphragm and the lower rib cage for expansion, and also the loosening. So this is going to sound weird, but loosening and strengthening the pelvic floor, okay? And kind of stretching things out so everything is like my hips and everything, so everything's ready to go, because pelvic floor is a source of great vocal power, all right? So very cool. Learn that from Sophie Shear, voice instructor, like I said, not real long ago, and started applying it, and that's when I was like, what? Where's this been all my life? So, all right. So we're going to go back down. When we're down there, I'm going to bend one knee and bend the other. Simple. Don't let the simplicity of yoga, yes, there's really complicated pretzel knots and all this kind of jazz, but the simple stuff is the best stuff. It sticks with you. You can do it. You should do it. And you can tweak things and adjust them and move in them, breathe differently in them, do little things to keep the challenge active constantly, okay? So I'm gonna go back down, all the way down. I've got my fingertips on the floor. You have yours wherever they'll go. And I'm gonna bend my right knee, and you can feel that stretch in your left side, up your left side, and across of the left side of your rib cage and everything. Bend your left knee. Feel the same on your right side. Now, I have a lumbric curvature, so my right side is always tighter than my left side, so I spend a little extra time there. But keep it active. Move your knees. Some people call this pedaling out your feet, and it's not your feet. My feet aren't moving. I'm just bending my knees. All right? I'll do that just till you're ready, until you're good and done with it. All right. Now, if it's available to you, you can put your palms down on the floor at this point. Then even if you can't right at this minute, you can in a second, because we're going to go back into a lunge. Okay? So we're going to kind of put our weight in our left foot and reach back with the right. The basic form of Surya Namaskar, and I'm going to turn this downward just a little bit so you can see me on the mat. Okay, because here I am down in my lunge. Okay. All right. First thing you want to do is square your hips. You don't want to have this hip all turned out, your right hip all turned out and such. You want to square your hips. Okay. Square them off so everything's kind of facing forward. All right, keep your chest up. Don't let it collapse onto your leg. Now, I'm going to let my right knee go down on the floor, the mat, and going to let my toes turn out. So my toes are pointing backward right now. All right, now, this is kind of like the basic pose, all right? Now, we're going to just take this a little step further. Okay, it's a variation, and you would do it kind of probably a little later in your practice, but let's just say you have a compressed practice today, compressed time. So I'm gonna do it now, just show you what it is. So you're gonna press into your left foot and raise your arms. Love that. Okay, raise them up. We're gonna do the same action that we did standing. Make sure your hips are square. Make sure your butt isn't sticking out behind you. Okay, and little back bend. Cactus arms, stay there in the cactus arms for a second. Let your head look up. Okay, close your mouth so that you can feel the stretch on the front of your neck. Okay, then fine, that's good. Okay, that's all I'm doing with that right now. All right, then I'm gonna go tuck my toes back under, and I'm gonna put the left foot back next to the right and go into plank. All right, so here I am in plank. I'm gonna try to have my body be as straight as possible. Try not to have your shoulders bunched up by your ears. Keep your eyes gazing down toward the floor, basically, kind of between but ahead in front of your hands. You can hear, this is work, friends. This is work, and you can hear my voice start to kind of tremble a little bit. It's good. All right, now, we're gonna bring the right foot forward, okay, because we just had the left foot forward, so you're gonna bring the right foot forward. Oh, wait, sorry, go back into your downward dog. So here you are in plank. Let's just walk through that. You're basically, it's like you have a string coming out of your butt. I know. It's like you have a string and pulls up on your rear end, and you kind of want your feet, it doesn't matter all that much, but you kind of want your heels to be able to go down to the floor. If you need to, just walk your feet up a little bit. And you really want to strive for an inverted V. Now, once you're in this downward dog, okay, you're gonna, oops, I forgot one thing. I forgot up dog. That's all right. We'll get to that in a minute. So here we are in inverted V. Now, we're going to do the same thing with our knees, but we're going to that we did when we were in forward fold, but we're going to kind of twist a little bit this time. I'm going to just take my left knee and bend it and cross it across my right knee. You should really feel this really well up your right side. There should never be any pain, but you'll feel it, okay? Keep your rear end up. Don't let your arms like cave in and stuff. Don't let your shoulders bunch up around your ears. Now I'm going to twist the other direction. Right knee bends and kind of crosses through the space in front of the left knee. And feel that up the left side. Feels so good. All up and down the rib cage. All right, now you can kind of do that back and forth slightly actively, all right? This is great. Keep it moving. Woo, feel that twist. You're kind of doing the twist, the dance, but you're doing it upside down. All right, we're really loosening and warming that whole area at the bottom of the rib cage and all at the sides of the rib cage and across the abdomen and everything, just keeping or getting everything loosened up. All right, I forgot the kind of up dog. So let's go back to our plank and let yourself go down to the floor. Keep your elbows tucked in by your ribs. Okay, go down to the floor. And we're just gonna lift up. Here again, clench your rear end. Don't let your back do all the work. Let the glutes fire up and let them be a part of keeping your back safe. The stronger your glutes are, the better off your back's going to be. So I'm going to kind of push up a bit with my arms, still keeping my glutes engaged. All right. Now, let the front of your body Stretch, let it stretch, and let your, again, close your mouth, let your chin tilt up. Keep your shoulders down. Okay, now at that point we would go back to our downward dog. Like that. All right, so now we're going to take the right leg forward because we had the left leg forward before. So let's take the right leg forward, put it next to the hands, right? Get yourself straight first. We're going to lay down that left knee in just a second, but make sure your hips are facing forward. And everything's kind of, don't let your chest collapse onto your right leg. All right, so there we are. Oh, that feels, woo! Feeling the hip flexors, baby. Feels good. Bam. Okay, so you might be kind of asking, what's the point of all the stuff that stretches the hips and all that stuff? Okay, I talked about the pelvic floor. And the other thing about this is the hips, especially for women, but for men as well, the hips carry a bunch of our tension. Lord knows I had a lot of hip tension for a long time. And yoga helped kind of help reduce that. And so did a lot of physical therapy and myofascial release, and craniosacral therapy, and just staying active. But yeah, so keeping the hips nice and loose and toned can really help with that. So let your left toes untuck and go back behind you. Your knees on the floor. We're going to raise our arms up. I'm going to clasp my fingers together like I did before, but I'm going to do it as Cassandra Reinhold says, a yoga instructor, the more unusual way. So the other thumb is on top, and I'm going to look up that way with my mouth closed. And I'm going to use my little cactus arms. Come back down. Okay. Oh, that just feels so good. Tuck your toes under with like activeness. You're probably pretty well stressed right now. Stretched. You could be stressed. I hope you're not. Stretched. And so make sure you're using muscles actively when you pull yourself out of stretched poses. Okay. And bring your foot up to forward fold again. And again, if you have your fingertips on the ground, great. If you have palms on the floor, great, no problem. If you have your hands on your shins or even up on your quads, no worries. Don't put them on your knees. Don't put them on your knees. That adds extra strength. Or the tops of your feet. Whatever, okay? Wherever you can be, that's where you are. Wherever you are, be all there. Keep everything active. Little micro bend in the knees. Okay. We're going to do a halfway lift. Make sure your shoulder blades are going down the back of your back. Kind of pinch your shoulder blades together. Excellent for singers, okay? Instead of thinking like stand taller, which can cause your stomach to go forward and your back to bow, bring your shoulder blades together. That's going to give you a better postural flow than the other way of approaching it. Okay, so this keep your shoulders from bunching up around your ears, keep them kind of away from your ears, and we're halfway up. Kind of have a tabletop with our back. Go back down, micro bend in your knees, remember, and we're going to bring everything back up. Little back bend. Oh, gotta fix that. Boop. Okay, there we go. Okay, little back bend. Oh, remember about letting your glutes be engaged. Cactus arms, hands back to heart center. Okay. All right, now I'm going to go through the whole thing, just kind of go through it. Okay. I hope this is fun. I'm having fun. Having fun talking about it, teaching it. I'm going to pull this away a little bit so that I can do, so hopefully you can see basically what I'm doing and see most of me. Okay, I'm going to do this because I don't care as much about the top. Let's make sure that you can see more of me on the mat. Let's even move it back some. Okay. All right. Maybe that'll help. Okay. I'm at the front of the mat. Here I go. Hands on heart center. Breathe through your nose. Arms up. Little clasp. Engage your glutes. Lean back. Chin up. Close your mouth. Breathe. Inhale, exhale. Cactus arms. Forward fold. Hands to mat if you can, or put them wherever you can get them. Bend the right knee. Bend the left knee. Bend the right knee. Bend the left knee. We're going to do a little half lift. Hands to shin. Tabletop back. Shoulders away from ears. Gaze is down at the floor. Engage your core. Okay. Back down. We're going to bring the right leg back. Now you can put your palms on the floor, if you're able, or fingertips, either one. Make sure everything is forward. Hips are straight and square and forward to the front of the mat. Okay? Right knee goes down, toes go back. Arms go up. Little back bend. Keep your hips pointing forward. Close your mouth. Breathe in and out. Cactus arms. Back down to the mat. Back left leg back to plank. Down to the floor. Keep your elbows in at your rib cage. All the way down, if you want. Engage your glutes. Roll your shoulders down. Away from your ears. Don't let them bunch. Let your chin up. Close mouth. Breathe in out. Lift that string, pull your rear end up. Engage your core. Walk your feet up if you need to. Inverted V, downward dog. Twist the left knee in front of the right knee. Right knee in front of left knee. Left knee in front of right knee. Right knee in front of left knee. Back to plank. Right foot comes forward. Okay. Palms on mat if you can, otherwise, fingertips. Make sure your hips are square to the front. Left knee goes down. Left toes go back. Arms go up. Interlace your fingers if you want. I keep them straight, but interlace the more unusual way. Make sure your hips stay forward. Little back bend. Close your mouth. Chin up. Breathe in out. Cactus arms. Palms down. Left foot comes up. Forward fold. You can hang here if you want. Boy, it feels good. Ragdoll pose or forward fold. Okay. Half lift. Make sure your shoulders are not bunched up around your ears. Pinch your shoulder blades together in the back. Hands on shins. Gaze is down toward the floor, right in front of you. Okay. Back is tabletop. Back down. Hands down to the floor. Up, 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 up you go. Arms all the way up. Little tiny back bend. Cactus arms. Hands to prayer or by your sides. All right. So that's all we're going to do today. That is Surya Namaskar. Surya Namaskar. It might be A or B, or I can't remember. I think it's A. So I hope that was helpful, and you wouldn't do it all as slow as I did it all the first time. I was trying to point out to you all the little tweaks and things that you can do to kind of optimize things for getting the parts ready that are related to singing. So have fun with it. Please let me know in the comments how you liked it. I'm going to post this on my YouTube channel. I'm just really trying to be more out there and let there's so much to share. Love to be here. I would love to be here for you. Please let me know what else you'd like to know. I've got more things, lots more things, poses in yoga that are great for singing and breathing. So the whole respiratory process, all the stuff regarding the anatomy for singing. Yoga is super beneficial. Lots of things are beneficial. I just find yoga, for me, it's awesome for my singing. And I usually try to do yoga before I do my vocal warm-up. And there you have it. So let me know in the comments what you thought. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if there's something else you would like to hear from me, teaching-wise or whatnot. Okay? Take care, be blessed. Have a wonderful day.